Hi there, you're watching the Gardens and Graveyards channel. My name is Charisma and today we are in the garden and we're trying to beat the rain and get a project done before it gets dark. It's definitely getting closer to winter. It's getting dark earlier, which makes our window for planting smaller, but we want to get a bunch of bulbs in the ground and in raised beds today. So we're in the backyard and mostly we're going to be planting in the theme garden, which is still going to be black and white with a touch of red for 2023. And then I have some snowdrops that we're going to plant underneath this maple. And that's pretty much going to be our project today. So I'll go over the bulbs that we're going to be planting and then get them in the ground. We are, as a reminder, we live on the Central Oregon coast. We're in a zone 9A. And we get a frost the first part of December, the first week of December. However, our frost is never a hard freeze. So we can pretty much plant year round, but it is best practice to get your bulbs in the ground 6 weeks before your first frost. And because we just don't get that cold weather, I put all of my bulbs in the refrigerator. Typically when I pull them out, I just stick them in the refrigerator. If I purchase them, I try to get them in the fridge for a few weeks before I plant them out. I don't have any hard and fast rules. I know that many gardeners practice at least 16 weeks, 13 to 16 weeks in the fridge for a cold stratification. I just don't know that it's that necessary for me. My biggest problem that I have with planting bulbs in the ground is bulb rot because we have so much moisture and so much rain in the wintertime. So anyways, we're going to get these done, and bulbs are kind of funny because it's a huge amount of planting and then you don't see anything for 4 to 6 months. But it's worth it, I think. Okay, so these snowflakes came from Color Blends, and I will pop pictures up on the screen whenever there's not a picture with the bulb to show you. Yeah, they want pointy end up. Some of them already have growth on them. They'll straighten. So in the big bed, we're going to be planting several bulbs. So we're gonna do a black parrot tulip. This one I got from Andrew Seed in Ontario when we were on vacation. We're gonna plant Queen of Nights because I always plant Queen of Nights. And these ones I picked up at Bimart. I'm gonna plant El Diablo Roja. Probably butchered the pronunciation on that, but they're a red and white blend of tulips. And these get 24 inches and they're mid to late spring. These are late bloomers, late spring, 30 inches. Okay, then we're gonna split this bag. Yeah. This is 100, yeah. And this is Fritillaria or Snake's Head or checkerboard flower. Is it checkerboard flower? All the different common names, but we're gonna split this in half and put half in this bed and half in the front yard. that is what's gonna go in this bed. You will notice that the soil level is really low in this bed, and that's because this is our second year planting up this bed, and the soil keeps settling and settling. So we're gonna plant all of these bulbs shallow, and then we're gonna come in with a couple inches of soil and a couple inches of compost, probably like on Wednesday after we go pick it up and we have a dry day. So let's do this. I am feeding these with Bulb and Bloom. This is Lily Miller. This is my second choice of fertilizers. It's easy, accessible, and I like their company too. What I'm gonna do in here, because it's a new bed and there's already lots of bulbs in here, I'm actually just gonna spread this all throughout the entire bed. A whole lot of it. Maybe I'll go get a ring.
Yeah, honey.
Funny. All right. This square container has tons of tulips and daffodils in it already, plus a large lily. So, but they're all white and dark purple, and I want to add just a little bit of red. So I literally have 2 of this particular red and then a bunch of these reds. So I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna put these somewhere else. Maybe in that pot right there with the daffodils. I mean, with the daffodils over there. I don't know. And then these are a bunch of different red ones, and I don't remember what they are. So I'm just gonna split them in half and get them in here. And then put the other half in the matching square container over there. Some of these don't look super hot. I did divide them, so I have a bunch of tiny ones that came off of ones that look like that. I'll put those in that. Here, take that with you. And because I plan on putting a couple of inches of mulch on this container as well, instead of going the full 6 inches, I think this is 6 inches. this one is a 4-inch. So that's probably perfect. I'll just go to the top of this, and what I have found is easiest is just to go down in there, push my trowel to the side, and drop my tulip in the bottom. And the deal with tulips is you want the pointy side up, the flat bottom down. There's usually some roots that you can see. You don't need to take off the skin. And if for some reason they end up sideways, bulbs are very smart and resilient, and they will turn themselves right side up. I like to plant my bulbs kind of random so that there's not really a uniformity to them as far as like straight lines or anything like that, which is why you see me just kind of toss them on top and plant them where they land, more or less. Running into other small bulbs. I don't remember what they are. What are the tiny bulbs? I don't know. Okay. Okay. Did you run into a ton of other bulbs? No? That's good. Okay, I think that does it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with us while we gardened and got some bulbs in the ground this fall, all ready for spring. It seems kind of crazy. I already missed summer, so I'm really excited to get my spring bulbs in the ground. I'm gonna flip this around and show you what we did. There isn't a lot to see, but I just want to give you a little recap. So here underneath our maple tree, we have some hellebores and cyclamen and lady's mantle, as well as a hosta and some lamb's ear. And so right in this whole area, we put a drift of the snowflakes, snowbells. I've already forgotten what they're called. Anyway, and then over here in the theme garden, in these squares, there's already purple and white tulips, and now we added some red tulips in there. And in the big garden bed, we put fritillaria, black parrot tulips, and the red and white Diablo mix. And then I found 2 red tulips that were like separated out from the pack for whatever reason, which of course I don't remember why. So one of the last things I did was I pulled out this bag, which is a purple tulip mix that I had last year. I've just stored the whole mix away in the garage where it was nice and cool for the summer. And I wanted to show you, I pulled a couple of bulbs out just to show you, but this is what the tulips look like now, just in this very dry soil. So they preserved perfectly fine. They're nice and firm, no rot, and they're not shriveled up, so they're not desiccated or anything. Exactly how they want to be. And so I went ahead and popped those 2 red tulips that I don't know why they're separate into this mixed bag of purple tulips. And then now that it's time for the tulips to be planted, I brought the bag out, and it'll just sit out here all winter until it's time to bloom. In this container where I have some borage left, there are daffodils. So that'll be really pretty to have the tulips in this container and the daffies in that container, as well as all the rest that'll come up in these beds. Thanks again, and I hope you're having a great day. Until the next time, keep celebrating life. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.